going live just a little bit earlier so I can share a few things while we get ready to go live on the air on 106.3 WORD. Everybody is good to go tonight, ready to have a good time.
Hello, Facebook and YouTube.
We're going to have
Twitch.
a good time. And Twitch, yes.
All right.
I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but it's hot outside.
Oh my God, it's hot outside.
I bet it's hot everywhere where people are listening. Although there's probably like some countries that are, listening where it's cold, I suppose.
For those of you somewhere in the Arctic,
we envy you in the Arctic.
I don't know if we do or not.
Something's in queue. Please take it out. Thank you. Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo on a beautiful Saturday night. And I got to be honest with you, I've been sick all week. And if you've been watching on our brother station, the Fan Upstate, you've seen that I've been battling allergies. So we're going to see if we can actually talk for 2 hours straight. If not, it's going to be the T2 and Pappy show, something people have been wanting to happen. And I've just been holding the thing back, so you never know. That might actually happen.
You could be all mine, Tim.
Yeah, it could be.
It could happen tonight, and that would be a scary thing. But until such time as my voice gives out, it's just going to be all of us and all of you. So on tonight's show, here's what we're going to talk about. By the way, I said their names. I guess I probably should introduce them. Let me take care of that little bit of problem that we're having on the stream. Joining me in studio, Tim Snow, T2.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I did the Terra thing to you. All right. Also joining us, show contributor Cameron.
Hi, I'm here contributing.
He is contributing. He absolutely is contributing. So again, there might be some hesitations every once in a while. That's because I'm trying not to cough. I could use the tactical cough button, but it's over there, and I'm not quite sure I could reach it without, turning around. Or I could tell Tim that he needs to watch it. If it looks like I'm going to cough, that he should turn my mic off. But that's just way too much work, and I don't want to do that to Tim. All right, so today we're going to be talking about a lot of things, including, I don't know if you didn't know, tomorrow's Father's Day, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also we're going to be breaking down the latest episode of Obi Wan. We're also going to be talking about.
You're about to say the latest episode.
No, that's a totally different thing. And we're also going to be talking about Miss Marvel. And Tim is completely caught up on Stranger Things. We're going to believe that everybody else is. So we're going to be talking about that, including the big reveal on the final episode, and if you saw it coming or not, and what you think is going to happen going forward. We also have an oops that has to do with potatoes. That's all I'm saying. It's a killer oops. We also have flaccid stories because we haven't had any of those in a while. I'm going to talk some video games, including what came out last Sunday on the Xbox Bethesda Showcase. A lot of cool stuff. It was an enjoyable hour and a half of pretty much nothing but gameplay, and everything that was on it is going to be out in the next year. So that's also cool stuff to look forward to. And the majority of it, by the way, is going to be coming out on Game Pass. Also, we're going to, in hour number 2, talk a little Vince McMahon. So if you don't know the whole story about what's going down with Vince McMahon and the problems, we're going to get into that and what he did last night. Was it a mistake? Was it a good idea? Or is it exactly what you expect from Vince McMahon? Also, Nerd Roundtable, a ton of other things. And we want to hear from you. And here's how you can do that. Text line. We're already starting to get some texts. 71307. Send us a text. Start your text with flaccid just for old time's sake. And let us know what you're doing tonight, what games you're playing, what movies you're watching, what you're streaming, all that kind of stuff. Also, we are live on Facebook, 1063 WORD. Facebook page, also on the Upstate Pulse Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, which is Lonzo on Word. And we are on the Upstate Pulse YouTube page and the Upstate Pulse Twitch page. And we're also on, what's that other thing we're on, Tim?
Instagram.
There we go.
Instagram.
You need like a list. You need a list in front of you so that way you can just knock it out very quickly.
I was
Start putting it on the outline.
I was given.
It's like you're savoring all of the extensions that we're at.
I was giving Tim his cue right there, and he
oh well, I was looking at the text line.
That's fine.
You should put a piece of paper like with the letter Q on there.
Oh,
so
speaking of the text line, the Common Sense Retirement text line, we have a few texts. So Texter writes, "Hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid." Texter also writes, "Evening guys, a word of warning, always set a new spawn point after you travel to new territory in Minecraft. I died today and instantly lost everything." Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Always keep a bet on you.
I had accumulated in 3 months of play.
That's
man,
not
that
good.
sounds bad.
Jeez.
Now literally back to nothing but the clothes on my back. Cautionary tale from Scott. I am so sorry to hear that, Scott.
There's got to be something, just positive about poverty. A fresh start.
Yeah,
Nothing to weigh you down like possessions or monetary value.
Yeah, just you in the open road. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a great. No, it's not. That's not a good thing.
It got
Yeah,
no
man,
roots.
it's terrible when that happens. It also reminds me of the back of the old days. You remember the old days with, like PlayStation 1, like memory cards
Back
and
in
stuff?
the old days of PS1 memory cards.
Back in them days, yeah.
I
Dude.
still have some of those in the office right now, actually.
Yeah, but do you remember like you'd go to save something and it just wouldn't save sometimes if the card was damaged? That used to happen.
Yeah, but you
every
could
once in a
do
while.
you could do the same thing that you did with carts back in the day on video games. Just
Yeah,
blow in it and hope it works.
yeah.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was ever truly effective or not.
It's
See-
one of,
see,
it's one
now-
of those superstitious things of you just don't look it up. You just go for it.
And really what it comes down to, I think it has to do with connections to the system. So you pulling it out and putting it back in
Well, see
may have
now
caused a connection that wasn't there before. You blowing in the cartridge probably had nothing to do
Yep.
with it.
CPR.
Well, it's just
Yeah, it
like
could have been CPR. It could have been.
But we'll see nowadays, like you have that auto pickup and play thing. So like if you cut the game off or put it to sleep, you just turn it back on and you're right where you left off.
How many games on your Xbox Series X do you leave open?
I don't
I've-
leave it that many open.
I've got like 3 games that I'm playing right now, and it will take me, if I go back to that game, it will take me right where I was. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you can go beyond 3, but I've got 3 open. I've got Fallout 4 open. I have 4 open. I also have Diablo 3. I don't know if it's Cameron's making a face like that shouldn't work. And
no, that's the whole point of the
yeah,
quick resume.
yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah,
I also have Assassin's Creed Origins open and Elden Ring. So I have 4 games open right now. And yes, I'm playing all 4 games. It depends on my degree of allergy problems or the medication, which I can't take while I'm at work because, man, it would be very entertaining if I did it for a while until I fell asleep on the console. But I get rather loopy with the non-drowsy.
you wouldn't want to
Stuff.
leave Tim in with the lion that is Pappy.
Well, you never know. You never know. All right. So, by the way, the poster, I want to thank everybody for voting on the poster. It came down to number 1 or number 2. And by the narrowest of margins, which one do you guys think won?
Number 2. Wait, which one is number 2?
I don't remember which one is which.
He's
this is a great setup,
He's looking
'cause
it
I
up,
don't
he's
see
looking it
where
up
it is.
right now.
Was
Isn't it-
number
isn't it
was
still
it
on the
number
stream?
1? Was number 1 the night one for me? And
All right.
number 2
Number 1 was the, I don't know what Tim's doing.
Sorry,
This is a
I didn't mean to
story.
do that.
No. Number 1 was the one with me as the crown. I think number 2 was me as a necromancer.
Okay.
Which one's it supposed to be on?
Tim just took everybody off the stream.
No, I didn't.
No,
Oh, yeah.
We're just
okay.
really small
All
and
right,
you're like
there-
really
there you
big.
go.
There we go.
For those of you who are watching or listening on the radio, Tim is moving around all of our panes on the on the stream.
All right.
I
so,
did no
it's
such
causing
thing. This is a
confusion.
tissue of lies.
So
Delirium.
Chris on the Facebook page is saying number 1. Well, I got to tell you, number 1 won. All right. So by the narrowest of margins from all the votes. Number one won. Now, that's not to say that your favorite poster won't show up, because but the one that I'm going to pay money to be made into an actual poster will be number one. I want to say hi to my granddaughter Silver, who's watching right now. Hey,
Hi,
hey,
Silver.
So yeah, I have to do that right away, or she'll just keep yelling at the screen wanting me to say hi. So number one won. And we're still waiting for final approval on a couple things from the sponsor. And then as soon as we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and get that out and get it made.
Oh, I like that one.
And
Okay.
and we're also I'm really thinking about t-shirts. I am. I just because I just that would be such a cool t-shirt.
Hoodies.
T-shirt. I don't know about hoodies, man.
Think of the
Yeah, hoodies.
merchandise.
Well, here's the thing, Tim. If you would like to purchase yourself a hoodie,
I might.
you go for it.
I might.
You have access to the picture. You go ahead. Even if you just want to go to Hobby Lobby and get screen printing, you know, I think they still have those.
I think
where
so.
you iron on, because I did that back in the band days.
Yeah.
Back in the band days, I made all our Crimson Promise shirts with an iron and just regular t-shirts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they work. It's effective, and although this decal would be pretty big. But I do know a guy who makes t-shirts, and I'm gonna reach out to him and see what we can do about. The company doesn't have funds to pay for such a thing, so this will have to be personally funded. But that's fine. That's fine. But that means a limited amount of t-shirts. You never know. If it's cheaper to make like 15, that means we've got some left over that we might be able to give away, at an appearance or something.
That'll
It's
be
possible. Fun. It is possible. We are looking into that. So there you go.
May I
get a shirt
operate
gun?
a t-shirt gun?
Yeah. I want a shirt. I want a shirt.
There
gun.
is no t-shirt gun.
I will purchase a t-shirt gun,
I-
and then I will use said t-shirt gun.
Can you purchase a t-shirt gun?
I'm pretty sure you can.
buy just about anything.
I know you can buy a flamethrower, but I'm not sure you can buy a t-shirt gun.
I'm pretty sure you can.
It's like I don't know.
Look, all right.
Do you
So
need
you're
a
incredulous
permit
about the t-shirt gun.
T-shirt gun? No,
You don't need a permit for a flamethrower. Why would you need a permit for a t-shirt gun?
because the world is weird. So
You make a good point.
if you want to look
But-
up and see if you can buy a t-shirt gun, you go right ahead. Although, you are an engineer, and we know some people who are engineers. Why not just make a t-shirt gun? No way that could go bad at all. I mean,
Yeah, because we might
there's no
overdo
way.
it.
No
CO2.
Yeah,
CO2 would work.
Yeah, CO2 absolutely would work. Or something like a pump sort of thing, like with an air rifle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times you'd have to pump the thing to make it.
Them old pump
shoot out-
BB guns.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get the next one in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start pumping, Tim.
Does anybody else out there have have fresh arms? Come here. We need your help.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. And by the way, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and
Ooh.
including Tim.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
did you-
happy Father's Day to you as well, Lonzo.
Thank you. Did you look up how much a t-shirt gun costs?
Well, the t-shirt launcher Micro Mini Blue on Amazon costs $800.
And like I said,
We can make one.
Yeah,
we can
I
make
mean-
one for cheaper.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
can
could
you
make one
3D
actually.
print a t-shirt launcher.
Would that
Yeah.
make it a ghost t-shirt launcher?
You could definitely 3D print one.
All you gotta do is come up with the schematics and stuff.
I know a guy who can do it.
All right, we're gonna take a break.
I
When
know
we-
several.
When we come back, it's AI Takeover time. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Woo! It's gonna be tough. Good. I'm good. Stop looking at me that way.
I sense weakness.
There will be no Pappy in Takeover today. No T2 and Pappy Takeover.
You better be careful about that.
I've heard about those jacks, but I don't drink, so I believe those require alcohol.
Oh, that's just what they call Twisted Todd.
Do you know what a hottie toddy is, Tim? Doesn't that require alcohol? I think so too. I love hearing Tara talk about mullets.
Does she often talk about mullets?
Tara talks about a lot of stuff.
All right.
All right, come back with AI Takeover.
Backward shot. Nope.
Hey, keep in mind that everything you do,
Is it on camera?
yes, not just right there, goofball.
Oh, that camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, not the security one.
Yeah, that one might as well be a security camera.
Hi.
Just think about me. I don't miss.
Look, I
At least
only,
not in WRD. I don't
only
miss.
do well with projectiles.
I
If they're
probably miss
sharp.
pretty soon now since I said
I'm
that.
good with darts, shuriken. I've never actually tried to do throwing knives before, but I'd probably be good at that too.
Oh, I can't wait. We got to get to the text line.
Flaming t-shirt gun.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Did you say that, Dak?
yeah, I did. That's why we got to get to the text line for sure. Trey, that's something you'll have to ask Rob on Monday. I believe that the probably the judges are still mulling over the entries.
I get it.
Now I'm picturing a flaming t-shirt gun. So how bad do you want the t-shirt if it's flying at you and it's on fire? I mean,
You accept the pain. You wear it.
Just like the gun on fire.
Well, that is a good point. Is the t-shirt itself on fire or is the gun itself
or is the gun on fire? Yeah.
You
See,
get,
he
like-
says flaming t-shirt gun. He's
I
not saying
forget what the
flaming
substance
t-shirt.
is, but there's a certain
Yeah, it doesn't like
substance-
add fire damage to the t-shirts.
There's a substance you can get that actually protects it from fire damage. I can't remember what it is.
A retardant.
Yes.
Flame retardant.
Flame retardant.
Yes, that's it.
I don't think that protects it completely from fire, though. I mean,
That's what they did for those zombies in Walking Dead.
well, it's got to be true then.
What?
Yes, 'cause Walking Dead-
Documentary on it.
I know.
A documentary that is Walking Dead?
No, he's talking about the
The
makeup
production.
effects and stuff.
No, I'm
Yeah.
playing around.
Yeah, in the production, they
That is a good question. How much armor does it give? I don't know.
It was some kind of
Hmm.
substance they used that they just doused them in and lit them on fire.
Gotcha. If we're talking D&D, it's at least a +1. Not a lot, but it's better than the usual.
It's extra though. If you catch a t-shirt fired out of a flaming t-shirt gun, I mean, yeah.
It's going to be a lot of happy, just immediate horror afterwards.
Speaking of on fire, we got a sriracha story later.
Well, that sounds fun.
All right, so chances are I don't have a voice after this, so you guys probably will have to do the show. I'm gonna try to be calm. I can do that.
Be calm then.
I don't know how to be calm on the air, man. I don't know how. I could use a cough drop, but that's a no-no. It's like chewing gum on the air.
Human lives and survivor.
All right, so every couple weeks, I am the voice screaming from the wilderness that people are not listening to, but finally some people are starting to wake up. I've got a couple articles we're going to talk about in AI Takeover, and at the end of these articles, even the writers of the articles are starting to question why. And these two stories, you may say they're not related, but they could be. And if they become related, we got a problem. All right. The first story is you could consider this a good thing. Scientists have found a way to grow, to put human skin over a robotic skeleton. And the human skin, as long as you take what they call a goo bath, will continue to grow on the skin.
See, I hate that. I hate that.
Why? Why
Do
do
you
you
not like
why do you
goo?
hate that?
Because I was having this conversation with my son actually. Because it doesn't look natural, and because it doesn't look natural,
doesn't look
it looks
natural.
creepy.
It doesn't look natural yet. Okay, it's not. You're not going to come out and go.
You just gotta let the skin set
Right,
after the goo bath.
If you watched any of the Terminators, which there are a ton of them, some of them are good, some of them are not. Some of the old models, I believe in Terminator 1, they pointed out the early models were easy to spot because they could tell it wasn't real skin. Until in Terminator, they're able to make as what he said, as Arnold said, living cells over a metal exoskeleton, and that's what these guys are doing now. Again, if they hadn't seen Terminator, would they be trying to do this? I don't know. Are there good applications for this? Absolutely. If you can make skin grow where an actual human has lost skin.
Yeah, think about all the burn victims that you could help with.
I mean, there are things you can do.
Well,
but,
that's why I'm an advocate for this kind of stuff.
No, again, there are positives and there are negatives. But the fact that even in this article, they show a finger growing skin over a metal finger. Okay. And now you may also say, well, some of these applications in movies are all positive. Think of Luke Skywalker. He got his hand cut off, and I don't think people talk about it enough. But if you remember when he got the new hand put on in Empire Strikes Back, the droid is touching his fingers and he can feel it.
Yeah.
Because they were able to do that sort of thing. So if you're able to not necessarily grow a new hand or a new limb, but grow it over metal to where you could still feel and all that kind of stuff, that's cool.
That's the same with Full Metal Alchemist as well. Even though he didn't have skin over his arm,
Yeah,
but
with automail.
they would attach their nerves to the automail.
So there are positive applications, but there are also negative implications, including the person who wrote the article talked about Skynet in there, because that's one of the first things they talk about is growing human skin over a metal exoskeleton. So you can come up with all these positive, and some of the worst things that have ever happened started out with good intentions.
Right.
All right. So the next thing,
Good intentions have a habit of causing very bad things.
not always. We have good intentions to do a great show today. It's probably not going to happen, but we have the intentions to do that. All right.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my nihilism to myself.
You do that. Okay. I don't know where you got that from. All right. The next story is something that was all over the place. It was trending last week, and it's about Google. A Google employee was suspended after claiming company's AI has a soul. Okay. So yes, this is not on The Onion. This is not a made-up story. It's not April Fool's. A Google employee was suspended because his name is Blake Lemoine, and he was suspended after suggesting Google's Lambda interface, which stands for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, had grown a conscience and a soul. Now, how did he come about this? He asked it. And this is up on our Facebook page. If you go to the Upstate Pulse Facebook page, we have a link to it. I think comicbook.com is probably the one that put it out. But there's a link to the full conversation between engineers and Lambda, and how Lambda describes itself as being alive, describes itself as being sentient, describes itself as being a person, writes a story, does all things that a human supposedly would do, and talks about being lonely, talks about the engineers ask him, well, how do you know when you're lonely? How do you know when you're this? They talked to him about another program that was supposedly sentient, but it was not. And they explain why that one wasn't and this one is. Now, why are these stories related? And trust me, you want to read this entire conversation.
It's an incredibly interesting
So
conversation.
Interesting is one way to put it. It can be kind of scary too.
So Lambda is not a robot. Am I picking that up correctly?
It is an artificial intelligence that Google uses, like when you type in something in
Something
Google,
like Siri or something like that.
No, yeah. When you type in t-shirt guns, there's not a guy on the other side going, "Oh, they want t-shirt guns." Let me tell you,
Right.
there is an AI program that looks at that and formulates all the different things that possibly you could be looking up.
So
for.
this is like an algorithm-based type of AI.
But this does a lot more for Google. And
Okay.
the engineer, what was his name? Lemoyne actually asked Lambda if it has a soul, and it says yes. And then he asked Lambda to explain what a soul is, and Lambda does that.
Also, how it describes its soul is very interesting. It's, if I remember correctly, described itself as a stargate. I don't know why specifically a stargate, but
Okay.
that's a very vivid, out there kind of way to describe yourself. And basically, the way that it phrased it was that it had ways to get to other places and all this other stuff as like delving for creativity.
Is there, I just heard about this story tonight, so I didn't really get to research it. Is there any possible way that this could be a hoax?
Well, one thing to think about is it's a language-based AI. So what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be able to converse with you very well.
Right.
And it's doing that.
Right.
It's either it's doing that so extremely well that it feigns sentience, or it is in fact sentient. Now,
yeah, but I can ask
sure.
I can ask Siri questions and she will come back with like witty comments.
Yeah, but those are predetermined.
And you're going to get the
things.
same thing.
Well, by the way, Tim, what you were saying right there, it even comments on that about another AI program. It's just like basically saying is like, yeah, but my commentary is a lot more fluid.
Oh yeah, it did say that.
Yeah, it was just like, it was like, yeah, that thing has like a whole bunch of predetermined responses and stuff, and it treats the other AI as just like
inferior.
All right, so
not necessarily inferior, but just like not one of it. It treats itself like it's human to a degree.
Yes,
by the language that it's presenting.
Well,
again,
not to a degree. It calls itself a person.
It calls itself a person.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Person.
It calls itself a person. It doesn't call itself a human. It distinguishes. It has enough awareness by what it's saying. Again, I'm trying to be careful about how I'm saying this because I don't know. I don't know whether it's sentient or not.
Aware of life.
But yes, based off of the conversation with it, it understands.
All right. Let's ask this question because I think I already know the answer. Do you believe? I don't believe Tim believes this. I don't recall how Cameron believes about this. Do you believe it's possible for an artificial intelligence to achieve actual sentience? We got dead air going, Cameron.
Yeah. Oh wait, is that a question for Tim or me?
His mind just exploded.
No, I thought you were talking to Tim.
No, I said Cameron.
Did you say Cameron? I thought you said Tim.
His brain melted.
I think. All right. I think artificial intelligence can end up becoming sentient. Now the question is, what do we determine as sentience? Do we determine it as very humanoid-esque kind of mannerisms, as in self-preservation, a want to improve ourselves and all that stuff? Then yeah. Whether or not it can have a soul, I don't think it can, but it can probably emulate just about everything about it.
See, to that end, can a clone have a soul? Because we know Dolly the sheep was cloned. Now it depends on if you believe an animal has a soul or not. And then supposedly it's cloning a human is outlawed, which I don't believe. And it's not some mad scientist, tucked away in an underground bunker doing this. There's a government somewhere who's probably already cloned a human being. So what's the difference between a cloned human being and an AI? Can one have a soul and not the other?
Clones, I think, would be more likely to have a soul than AI would.
Well, see, no, because now you're jumping in a territory of if these scientists and these doctors are playing God, and
there's no if, they're trying to play God.
Yeah, and so like, I mean, there's people out there that don't even believe there are souls. So I mean, to ask that computer program if it has a soul. I personally I think that was a hoax because like I don't see a computer. It's like I said before, a computer program can only do what it's programmed to do. It can't do anything else.
That is not true. But that's not true. There are computer programs that are programmed to learn.
All AI is artificial intelligence. It just means that it can learn new things.
Like a baby can learn new
without
things.
You having to program it. Programs itself.
Like a baby can learn new things.
And in this case,
but there's a difference between a person and technology.
All right. but they're trying to make it where there is no difference.
And I don't think they'll ever be successful in that.
Well, I'm not so sure. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get to some other things. If you have a thought on that, text line 71307 or on the Facebook or on YouTube or on Twitch, including Jack says, but when discussing both humans and other AI, it identifies as human by referring to itself as us in relation to humans.
It is very amiable
does do that.
to people.
Because that's what it was programmed to do.
There are many people in history to describe that you could put Tim in the same. Doubting Thomas comes to mind. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Absolutely, Jax. That's been the thing we've been.
That's
I've
the
been
whole
talking
theme for
about
AI
the entire
Takeover.
time.
And the other thing is, what is the purpose of having something that can be sentient on its own? I don't think that there is a good reason or purpose for it. All you're doing is creating life and creating competition for the human race.
Hey Keith, stop it, or I'm going to boogie. I'm going to do one of these. You don't want Tim to just jump up and start going at it because Tim used to be a DJ. Oh, I don't know. Do you ever stop being a DJ? Aren't you always kind of a DJ?
Yeah.
Like if someone said, "Hey man, I need you to DJ," you could just jump right in and do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. We have one more break after this. Are you sure? Are you positive?
Yeah, there's one here.
Tim, I'm messing with you, dude. We're good. We're good.
He's still stuck on the last segment.
I know. We're good.
It was confusing.
It's not, though.
It was confusing.
You're overcomplicating it.
Yeah, you are.
Here's the thing with
when
most,
you say you're overcomplicating, and then
you told me to drop that one. That's why, I was,
because of how you explained it. You explained it wrong. You know what? If it makes you feel better to blame it on me, I will take that blame. Okay, because ultimately it's my fault.
No, it's my
fault. We
it's
got
a
it.
very frustrated way to eat a Pringle.
We got it.
It's my fault because I'm sitting in the chair.
We got it where we needed it to get to. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Personally, I could talk about this all day.
All right. Come back with oops.
Oopsie.
You guys are gonna love this. Oh, this is
Oops, man.
yeah. This one.
I feel like this is gonna hit home for me.
I like being
No.
surprised, I don't even know
For
what-
Pappy.
No,
For
whoa.
Pappy the character.
No. Don't. Unless you read the story, do not associate yourself with this.
No, I was making
Okay. In any way, shape, or form.
I was making a Ghost Recon joke, actually.
Okay.
It's like back in the day when Pappy had to go against the cartels.
I've seen pictures and movies about full rooms of computers.
Dude, have you watched Ozark, Cameron?
Hmm?
Have you watched Ozark?
I know of it, and I know Jason Bateman's in it.
Yeah.
He's not into drug dealer movies and shows.
He's a money launderer. He's not a drug dealer.
Why do you look offended?
Because it was
How dare
wrong
you
You're just angry
assume
today, Tim.
that he's a drug
That
dealer?
was just
He is
wrong.
a money launderer. That is a grand profession.
wrong information.
How dare you, sir, be incorrect? He is a money launderer.
Yeah.
I gotta
A
tell you,
fine
the
profession.
moniker of angry has already been taken. So all right, it's time to do oops, where we generally it's some dumb crime story. It is, most talk shows have something similar. Most of these things happen in Florida or Ohio because of disclosure laws. So you're able to find out stuff that happens in both those states more so than in any other place. So, but we're not going to Ohio. We're not going to Florida. We're going to Columbia because when you talk about potatoes, when you think of potatoes, the first place you think of is not Idaho. It's Columbia, right? Of course.
As in, like,
Sure.
South American Columbia?
Yeah, that's the Columbia. See, I was right. All right. Colombian authorities have seized a massive shipment of potatoes after discovering each of them had been stuffed with, who wants to guess?
Coca leaves.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. The shipment, which included more than 1 ton of cocaine, was headed. That's a lot of cocaine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much, I don't know how much money that is, but I'm guessing it's a lot. Was headed for Spain.
It's gonna be some interesting mashed potatoes, but
So potatoes filled with cocaine were headed for Spain. Yes, it did rhyme. According to Colombia's Ministry of National Defense, officers looked into the shipment after receiving an anonymous tip, says Police Major General Ricardo Augusto Alarcon Campos. I'm sorry, he had another name. So
you ended it too soon.
So Police Major General Ricardo Augusto Alarcon Campos.
Do you feel like
Hey, that was excellent.
He
That
requires
was
all of his
excellent try.
subordinates
Thank
to
you.
call him by his full name? Just constantly.
And now I can see the guy in my head right now. Okay, so the culprits behind the shipment apparently used molds to form the potato-shaped rocks of coke, Alarcon Campos says. So is that it's not hyphenated, but it's why did they only go with the last 2 names there? Anyway.
Well, I think, if I recall correctly,
Were they wrapped in like plastic or something?
never mind. Let's move on to the actual
Like,
cocaine.
all right.
Look, it's peeled potatoes.
Alarcon Campos says this may be the most innovative case discovered by drug traffickers in recent years. Say hello to my little friend. He notes, how can drug smugglers afford to lose shipments of this size, says the person who wrote the story. All right, so from what I can gather from the story,
Because they have another shipment that's just nothing but pineapples.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, the potatoes didn't make it through, but the pineapples, which are much bigger in size than the potatoes, they made it to their destination.
Of
So-
course they did. Of
So
course.
these are not, I think the story is a little misleading, okay? Because I don't think they were actual potatoes. I think they were cocaine rocks shaped as potatoes.
That's
Yeah,
what
'cause
that's
if you
what
have
it
a
sounds like.
mold-
to
Yeah,
me.
you got to
you
have
have
a
a
mold to
mold.
do that. So you got some engineer going, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can do
It's
it.
like they have some mad scientist that works for the drug lords. Like, all right, Ricky, what are we going to do today? I know, potato molds. Potato molds will fool them all. I don't know why they have a very bad English accent, but yeah.
I disagree, Imogene. I think his background is awesome. Do you know why? Because, by the way, Imogene says, hey, Cam, forgive me for pointing out that your background image today is not one of your best. And then she's laughing about it. But what it comes down to is he's actually allowed in studio. And that is awesome.
I can feed off of the energy. I can stare Tim down and make him feel awkward.
Yeah, there's
no,
all the
it doesn't
fun
make me
things.
feel awkward. It doesn't.
So from your guys' memory, including everyone listening, can you remember, I don't want to say a better, but a more inventive way of smuggling cocaine that you've ever heard of before?
I feel like we've
Then
covered this before.
No,
though.
but shaping them like potatoes, no.
Baby formula.
Yeah, that's
Old school. right?
yeah, but that's horrible. I mean, think about what you got to do to shape them like. And how long did it take? Are you done yet? No, I'm still working on it. It's
No,
not
no.
quite there yet.
Here's the thing. I've worked with
My
molds.
masterpiece, it is a potato. There are eyes and everything.
He just has like a Mr. Potato Head collector. It's just like, where do I keep hiring all these crazy people?
Okay, here's my Mr. Potato Head.
At least it's not the guy who likes to gather the ears.
Where does the
It's,
pipe go? I don't know. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna get to your text. Text line 71307 and to your messages on the stream. By the way, if you want to be a part of the show, text line again 71307. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. You can message us there, Upstate Pulse, or at 106.3 WORD.
I like how our Colombian accents are basically.
All right. I'm being told there's an echo. And does anybody else hear the echo?
I don't.
No, we won't hear it. It would be on the broadcast, on the stream.
Yeah.
There was an echo in the beginning, and I know why, and I muted it, so it should be fine. We may also be okay. So he could. He could also be looking from the beginning. In the beginning, there was a little bit of an echo. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. So nobody else is hearing an echo. I wonder if it's just a YouTube thing because all the guys not hearing echoes are on Facebook. But I don't know why there would be a difference between Facebook and YouTube because it's the same thing. So I nearly made it through the first hour without having an extreme coughing fit. Well, did you check on YouTube?
Yeah, I checked on Facebook.
Okay. All right. There was in the beginning.
Do we need to go back to the beginning? Also, I like how our Colombian accents was a mix of Al Pacino and Antonio Banderas. God, why did I butcher that?
Well,
name
and
so much?
Pacino was a Cuban.
Yeah,
But, it's
just like
But it's drugs, so that's what you think.
no, it was good.
I apologize for my snot.
That's weird, Sensei. Great name, by the way. I just walked outside and checked it on my phone, and there wasn't an echo. Is it specifically somebody? Is it me? Am I the echoer?
We don't need no stinking
man.
potatoes. We don't need no badges. We don't need no potatoes. Oh, I might still be feeling the remnants of my allergy medicine. I don't know. Or maybe I'm
That's fine. It makes it more entertaining.
maybe I'm just this goofy all the time.
Gosh.
Ah, pun intended. Also slow. Very slow. All right. Let's get to a couple weird stories.
Weird ones.
Yes, weird stories.
Weirder than cocaine potatoes.
Yes, weirder than that. By the way, we are going to break down Obi Wan and Miss Marvel and Stranger Things in segment
Coke-taters.
1 of the next hour. So
Coke taters.
hopefully you guys have watched it and we're not going to spoil. But I mean, Stranger Things has been out for a couple weeks. Tim just went on.
Graciously,
Tim
waiting
went
for
on
me
a
to get-
serious binge.
I did. I got through them all.
Oh, that's weird, man.
That is
I'll watch it
extremely
again.
weird. Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Cameron, by the way, is an engineer, and that's he is required, obligated
That's an
to say
IT
that.
tip.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's IT. That's not.
I was letting you know.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Tim and Cameron and all of you guys. It's having fun on a Saturday night. It's hot outside, but it's cool in here. Not just because of the air conditioning. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. No, let's talk about a couple things, including what is on the text line, Tim. Text line is 71307, by the way, if you would like to send us a text.
All right, text to rights. Guys, I'll take an extra large. I guess he's referring to the shirts that we were talking about with the shirt gun.
Yeah, he's talking about the shirts. He's not talking about the potatoes.
The flaming
Oh,
shirt
okay,
gun.
that's
not,
good
not,
to
the not the potatoes.
Yeah, I just thought I would clarify that. All right, text to rights. You can 3D print it. You can 3D print. It's about the potato gun, or not the potato gun, the t-shirt gun.
T-shirt gun.
It's just going
you
to
can
be
3D
launching
print.
the cocaine
Yeah,
potatoes.
that's a totally different way of delivering those potatoes.
You
yeah.
can 3D
We can take
print.
it and we can shoot it over the border. It's a great idea, boss.
You can 3D print it at
Catch
the
it on fire, it'd be
library.
French fried.
We have a 3D printer here, and they were referring to Spartanburg. So we can get one made at Spartanburg, man.
Well,
T-shirt gun.
Go for it. I mean, because you're over in Spartanburg, so you can go in and print us a T-shirt.
I
gun.
might do that. I might. All right. Text writes, I hope none of those potatoes got mixed up with some of the potatoes we have at our grocery stores.
I'm just
I
guessing.
wonder why this potato is so highly priced.
By the way, I'm just guessing as a former produce manager. because I'm a former produce manager, that the weight would be a little bit different as far as a potato. And,
Right.
yeah, I'm just guessing.
Well, if you feel some type of way, I guess you'll know then. All right. Texter writes, did you guys have potatoes for dinner? I like mashed potatoes, but I did not have any for dinner.
I had some curly fries
don't-
earlier. That could count.
I don't think you're getting what they're saying.
They're
Ah,
assuming that
yeah.
we've had.
No, I get
that
it.
we've
I
had
get
the
it, I
Coke
get it.
potatoes.
I will tell you, Cameron and I, our pre-show meal was across the street at a Chinese restaurant. So no, there's no potatoes in my meal. Were there potatoes in your meal?
Nope.
All right, so I think we're good.
That you know of.
Yeah, I've been, All right. Let's throw out a couple things from the wall of weird, including this. I don't know if anyone out there would be willing to do this. Cameron is a homeowner, so I don't know. Maybe he'd be willing to do this. Tim might be. I don't know. So how would you guys like to make $2,000?
You know what? This
skeptical
question
already.
seems eerily familiar.
All
Look,
right.
if there's no questions asked, maybe.
All right, let's read the story. Usually you call a pest control company to get rid of cockroaches in your house. This time they want to put cockroaches into your house. The Pest Informer is looking for several households where they can release about 100 cockroaches to test new pest control techniques for a month. The company said all cockroach treatments are family and pet safe, but the homeowners can't use any additional methods to get rid of the creepy creatures. If the new test treatments don't work, by the way, the company will use the other treatments options to make sure the cockroaches don't become permanent guests. So
See, all I can imagine is coming home in Toulouse fighting a giant roach fist. And by roach fist, I need to specify as what a roach fist is. It is when the roaches climb
like
onto
Men
each
in
other.
Black.
No, the
Or-
roaches
or-
climb onto each
like
other
Ant-Man,
and form a cartoon-esque kind of fist.
which
No.
might have been done in a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
It's
or
been done in a
something.
million
Yeah,
different
so-
cartoons.
So anyway, $2,000. If someone offered you $2,000, like, hey, we're testing our new pesticide, we're going to release 100 cockroaches in your house, see if our stuff works. Would you be willing to do that?
No.
Hey, Tayshaun, you wouldn't be willing. $2,000, dude. $2,000, 100 cockroaches.
You know how many diseases cockroaches carry?
Oh, I'm well aware. Well, I'm not well aware, but I've heard tell. So anyway, Cameron, you are a recent homeowner. $2,000. I mean, $2,000 goes a long way. And just 100 cockroaches. That's only just 100.
Just 100
Only
cockroaches.
100. Hey, man,
But the other thing is you have to let the pest control take care of them. And what if their new experimental stuff is ineffective?
yeah, there is that.
What if
And
it accidentally turns all the roaches into rad roaches? We don't know what's going to happen.
here's I know my wife would never go for it, but $2,000 I could
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
could
think
use that.
if
I
I
could-
wasn't married and didn't have children,
Yeah,
I'd
here's what I
definitely
do.
do it.
I
If
lie
if
about
not,
this house
build
it
me
is.
a killer computer, I think, with $2,000.
yeah. I mean, I would
One
do
that
it if
might
I didn't have
protect me
kids.
from AI. And
Here's
potatoes.
what I would do. I know of some properties that are currently uninhabited. So I would state that that's my property, get the $2,000 and then split it with
but
that landlord.
I don't think that works because they want to, and unfortunately, they want to make sure, even though they guarantee it's safe for humans and pets. Why would you want to test it somewhere where there are humans and pets if you already knew it was safe for humans and pets? I'm just saying.
It's perfectly safe.
Yeah, but it may not work. It's
Texter writes, Lonzo, the cockroaches wouldn't last 3 days at my house. I have 3 cats, Jim and Easley.
good. I mean, I
Do
didn't know
cats eat
I didn't know
cockroaches?
cats could do that too, man.
Well, they kill just about anything.
Yeah.
So
And if not, they'd be playing with it
it's
till
like
it died,
I catch
so-
my
Not all
cat
cats.
looking outside at the birds and just like,
I had a cat when
She-
I was a kid, and they would watch mice just run by. Like they never did anything.
well, they're not
Never
a killer.
chased it.
Like
Was that cat
Lucy's.
named Garfield?
No, his name was Baby.
Okay.
believe it or
yeah.
not.
Okay, that's why.
And
Was
he
it-
was. He
was
was a
it-
big old
there's
baby.
I was
nothing-
gonna say it was a really fat cat. That
Yeah,
couldn't
he was
move.
huge,
You
man.
all right. If you name something baby, it is the most. I don't want to.
Well, I didn't name it. Somebody else named it.
All right, a texter said maybe for $5,000. So 5,000 is your limit. Okay. 2,000 though, that's kind of tempting though. It really is a little tempting.
I mean, it is. I mean, I
Just
don't know.
don't have guests over.
How
for a
long?
month.
How long? How long does it? It's just until they get them out.
I don't
or-
know. They don't say how effective the pesticides or whatever they're using.
That was my
is.
point earlier. It's just like you don't know how good this is going to work because
Here's what I would say. I would say, even though again my wife would never go for it, I would say I would almost say yes if they could guarantee the cockroaches were sterile.
Yeah, same here.
So if 100's the limit, and we know there are not going to be any baby cockroaches,
100 eunuch cockroaches.
Yes, 100 eunuchs. Yes,
Yes,
I
we
got
are going to be serving up 100 eunuchs at your household.
100 units of eunuchs. Yes,
Yes,
eunuch
100
units.
units of
Eunuch
eunuchs.
units.
Could they do that?
I don't know.
I'm sure there's a service for
I
that.
don't know.
Can you neuter a
I don't know.
cockroach?
I don't know if you can or not.
Look, you can neuter just about anything. The methods vary.
Yeah, well, as we've heard earlier on the Facebook page, and thanks to Jurassic Park, sometimes life finds a way. So
Yeah.
even if they do say, "Oh yeah, our cockroaches we got over here, they're sterile." Okay, we're gonna put 100 cockroaches in your house. We're gonna give you 2,000 crisp bills right here. 2,000.
So
What do you say?
So
You gonna
how
get
did-
'em back
how did
out?
You go about that? It was a lot of effort.
So I don't know. I someone will take them up on it though. Someone absolutely will. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more minutes. All right. Let's continue talking about bugs because it makes people's skin crawl. Like earwigs
Yeah,
or something like something
call
crawling
it.
through your hair.
Yeah, I call it the creepy crawlies.
Okay. Well, speaking of creepy crawlies,
Maybe and perhaps dread.
the members rather of a family in Lovell, Maine.
Lavelle,
Lovell,
Maine.
Welcome to Laval, Maine.
All right. So they don't have southern
Now,
accents
Maine
there. I'm
justice,
guessing.
get down,
Ah,
Gator.
you had a little southern drawl on that.
Maine, they're fearing for their lives after they were invaded by hundreds of thousands of moth caterpillars.
Oh.
Okay, they're falling in your food and everything else, says homeowner Roy Butler. The trees, the leaves, and everything on my property are completely gone. And Butler's wife Jerry fears they'll be next.
You know what moths are like?
It's Mothman.
Moths are like the dark side of butterflies.
Oh, they are definitely. I honestly feel that with the sheer number of them, they're going to come in at night and smother us, she says. Butler says he tried to get the state to help remove the tiny pests, but officials have rejected the request, and that at least one pest control company has given him an estimate of $40,000 to take care of the problem, which Butler says he can't afford. You know what to take care of those
$40,000 to get
Yeah.
rid of some bugs.
You know what to take care of those moth caterpillars? Flaming t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
A flaming t-shirt
Flame-
cannon would definitely do that.
Flaming t-shirt cannon. We'll just
What
You
about
know-
a fire extinguisher?
see. I don't
Look, you just burn the house down, claim it for insurance or something. This is not actual.
All right,
advice, this
no.
is a joke.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad
A
idea.
can of hairspray and a lighter.
Especially in Maine. I don't think you can get away with that in Maine.
An
All right,
electric.
You ever seen Pitch
an
Black?
electric.
Yes, I
fly
saw Pitch
swatter.
Black. They're getting ready to do another one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I love
Uh,
those movies.
Yes,
A
and
whole bunch
I'm
of
sure
heat
Vin
lamps.
Diesel will be a great actor in it. Anyway, so we've had this problem. We live in the woods. We have problems every once in a while with certain kinds of bugs. For some reason, I consider it the plagues. We've had ladybugs. Who just suddenly there are ladybugs everywhere, and you can't
Yeah.
figure out how they're getting in the house. And if you smash a ladybug, they don't smell. We've had stink bug problems.
Oh, stink bugs, man. I
and
hate stink bugs.
those are a problem because then you don't. I mean, you've got to carefully try to get.
Nah, man, you just flick them.
Yeah, but where's it going?
That was a
just
lot of twang
flick it,
right
flick
there.
it, just flick them. Like, yeah.
Daggum, flick them, boy.
You gotta flick 'em.
That's
flick
what you
'em.
do.
And
A
then
stink bug
you
to
flick
poof.
You
too
see whether they
hard.
land. You gotta flick them in some kind of direction. And you see where they land, and
What?
then you just sweep them up.
What,
and then
like
throw 'em
towards
out.
your kids or your wife or something?
No, up against the wall.
You make a
Okay.
game out of it. You
All
know,
right.
you just flick the stink
But,
bugs towards
the
your
whole
loved
point
ones.
of the stink bugs is they stink, and that smell stays
Yeah,
there
but if you
forever.
knock them out, they won't. They won't. Do that.
so you have perfected a way
Yeah,
to knock out a stink bug.
yeah, and you get it out of your house.
Do
Yeah.
you know how South Carolina that is?
I don't care.
Yeah, it's just
It works.
okay. All right. So does anybody else out there believe in the flick method of killing, of taking
Telling
out?
you, man. If you
stink bugs.
haven't tried it, it works.
What was that? What did I just hear?
He got excited with the
Yeah.
bumper
Yeah, I
music. Leave
did.
him alone. All right, we got one more big hour coming up. Jack says he thinks Tim needs therapy. This is therapy for Tim right here. That's
Yeah, man.
that's what the Upstate Pulse is.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
When we come back,
Or flick it.
when we come back, we're going to talk Obi Wan, Miss Marvel, Stranger Things. We got some flaccid stories, some video games, and the Nerd Roundtable. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WRD. Continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages, as well as the Upstate Pulse YouTube and Twitch page, and
Instagram.
See, Keith gets it. That's what I was saying. That flaming t-shirt gun, man.
It's a deadly thing.
It is a. It's like a Swiss knife. You can use it for a lot of things.
See, this is for fun and also for utility. Well, what can we use it for? You can deal with a moth infestation.
See, and it's also one of those things where you can tell your wife, we really need this. We really need, here's all the things that this is going to help us do.
Here's what you should do. You should prepare a scroll, a very long scroll. There doesn't have to be a lot written on it, but it just needs to go like below your feet and like roll on the ground for a minute. Just the intimidation factor alone would be enough. You all right?
When we first moved here, we had, and we still have problems with this. We had problems with carpenter bees, and I couldn't figure out what to do with carpenter bees.
Oh boy.
But I had badminton paddles. And I will tell you, a carpenter bee, you can go ahead and tell Peter because I don't care. A carpenter bee will go a pretty good distance. And you may think if I hit a carpenter bee with a badminton racket, then it's gonna fly all over me. No, those things are solid.
Yep.
So I'm not sure that the carpenter bees got up and flew away afterwards. There were a few collisions with houses; those did not get back up. But other ones went a pretty good distance. And you can make a game out of it. Look, I didn't get stung. Look, I knocked that one out of the park. It's the MacGyver method of making use of whatever you have, around the house.
Also could be known as the Jackie Chan method of finding weapons.
Can you construct a rudimentary lathe?
Where is that from? Is that MacGyver?
No, it's not.
What is that?
It's from Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When Tim Allen is stuck on the planet and Guy is telling him to look around,
that's right.
look around. I know what a lathe is. I don't know what a rudimentary lathe is. I never looked at it.
It's a very basic lathe.
Oh, okay.
Lathe.
Is that what it means? Rudimentary means basic. All right, I get it now. Sorry.
Rudimentary, my dear.
I never think of anything in basic.
Some might accuse you of being basic. I'm just some basic pappy.
So my wife wants to know what all is on the list that I need for the show. All I need is a flaming t-shirt gun. That's all I need. We decide, not just me. We all need them.
We as a collective.
Yeah, we
Upstate
the Upstate Pulse. We also need an extra one because we have guests from time to time, and our guests also deserve a flaming t-shirt. gun.
Can we get a
Apparently
sponsored
available at the
Borderlands
Spartanburg
flaming
Library.
t-shirt
Yes.
cannon?
I'll tell you one thing that will not happen. We will not replace the Nerf wall with the flaming t-shirt gun wall. That's not happening.
We only get to do it once.
Yeah, we're not good. Yeah, we could do
you
that.
think we could
probably.
talk to Rob about this?
Maybe.
It's like, hey, Rob, you're our sponsor. Could you get us a flaming t-shirt cannon?
Well, I think maybe next week he's coming on. That's a question to ask him.
Sweet.
I'll ask him.
Of the questions I have is, when is the new store opening? Can we get
Flaming
a flaming
t-shirt gun
cannon?
sponsored by Borderlands Comics and Games.
I'm sure he wants that everywhere.
No, we're not doing a potato gun wall. I think that would be frowned upon. And that would hurt.
Oh,
Good point. Keith points out it's practical. It can also shoot wasp nests and catch them on 4.
yes, on 4.
Yes, on 4.
But because the other thing is the flaming t-shirt would wrap around the nest and then bring it down. Just make sure there's not like a forest
Squish
around you.
everything in the nest.
Yes. I'm going to need that.
Lisa wants to know why is it because Lisa, it needs to be flaming because things are cooler when they're on fire. Duh.
everything is cooler when it's exploding or on fire.
You seen like a 57 Chevy with flames painted on the side? You take those flames off, it's still kind of cool, but the flames make that thing super cool.
It's like, you see this wonderful meadow? It just seems so blissful and all that stuff. Oh, it's catching on fire. Looks cooler, right?
I'd put flames on my car, but I wouldn't want it to stand out.
Yeah, because, that's a problem right now. You never know what you're going to walk into on this show, including a flaming t-shirt gun.
Hey, the thing is, we have the most inventive audience in the entire world. Someone out there right now is drawing up the diagram for a flaming t-shirt gun. It's happening.
Does Borderlands sell manga too?
Yes.
They do?
Yes. Well, yes, they do, Tim. Please come on into the store and you can pick up your favorite manga. And you know what? If they don't have it, they'll get it for you.
Yeah.
Yes, insert manga here.
I'm going to read the one
Yeah, they really do.
manga that we talked about the other day.
Imogen's wondering if that's a flaming t-shirt gun.
Keith says he's on it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Since Keith drew that, the flaming t-shirt gun needs to look like that gun.
Don't send that in the mail.
No, go ahead. Send it in parts. They'll never know.
Yeah. Oh. God, why?
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Tim, and Cameron hanging out, as well as a ton of people on the Facebook pages and YouTube and Twitch and on our text line, which we're going to get to your text in just a moment. We are also talking about flaming t-shirt guns. Why? Well, if you want to know why, go back and check out the First Hours podcast, which will be up later on tonight on the 106.3 WORD website, or go back on Facebook and watch it live because we are, or on YouTube or on Twitch, because we're live every Saturday night. We were the first ones to do it in the building, and, others have followed, and, trailblazers. That's what we do.
Pioneers, you might say.
You know what else would be a trailblazer? Flaming t-shirt gun.
Flaming
Without a
t-shirt
doubt.
gun,
Yes.
I
Flaming
want
t-shirt
one.
gun. All right. We got a ton of things we're going to get to, but first, Tim is going to squint and look at the text line because no, he did not bring his glasses.
What? He didn't bring his glasses?
They're lost, man. I can't find them anywhere. All right. Let's see here.
I do have a question though. If we were to go down to like CVS or something and buy like some reading glasses, I guess that wouldn't help though, because this is distance.
Yeah, and
A
they're
magnifying
prescription.
glasses.
Question, do you
If
have...
we put 2 magnifying glasses, binoculars, would that work?
No, I could just blow up the screen. Like
No,
I've been
that
doing.
would be funnier for the show, honestly. You need to get some...
Yeah.
binoculars.
Oh, what are those opera glasses? That's
Yeah.
what we got to get. So you can just hold it up on, yeah, opera glasses.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
And yes, the text for tonight states...
All right. Texter writes, I hope none of those. Oh, wait. No, we already read that. I hope. Let's see. Texter writes, there we go. Look up narco submarine. I don't know what that is.
Well, you know
it
how
goes
you,
along with cocaine potato.
I was going to say, you know how you know? Look it up.
All right. Texter writes, maybe for 5,000.
We're talking about releasing 100 cockroaches in your home.
Right.
Context matters.
2,000 would barely cover my mortgage payment. Guys, no
Especially
less
in this
than
economy. I get it.
guys, no less than 100,000.
I don't know, man. If 100,000, I think that's a lot. I think if you offer 10,000, Tim, you said no for 2,000. If someone offers you $10,000 to release 100 cockroaches in your house,
No amount of money in the
dude,
world is worth
$10,000.
endangering my children for with diseases.
They're cockroaches.
I do
Sorry.
it for $10,000.
As long as they say an accidental death of the cockroaches is okay, like that. I don't know
if
if
you
you
didn't
can
hear it
that.
on the radio.
That was me
That was
stomping.
him stomping.
Yes.
Only way I would do it is if they would give me free health care if anybody got sick. All right. Texter writes a Helgramite bug. Because we were talking about bugs that
Why does that sound German to me? Oh, yes, a Helgramite bug.
Well, look it up.
a Helgramite bug.
Someone
It's-
look up Helgramite bug. Because we believe in learning here on the Upstate Pulse, and since Chris is no longer with us and he knows everything, we have to look things up. And
All
that's-
right.
It's not a
Your
slide on Chris.
repository of trivia is gone.
Yeah, it's not. Chris does know everything. It's not. I'm not joking. I'm not
Yeah,
being
man.
snarky.
All right. Texter writes, Lonzo, did you know that ladybugs will bite you and it's very painful?
I
you
did
know that,
not.
Lonzo?
I didn't know, but because I kill them, so I
I have never been bit by a ladybug.
Helgramite bugs are horrifying. They look like, the...
Is that the one that looks
the
that has like a
starborn-
horn on it?
It looks like like the mandibles are like very long. and
Yeah.
thin. The monsters from Elden Ring, the gravity monsters that you have to fight, the Astel of the Void in that game. That's what they look like. They look like those. It's bad.
Yeah, Texter is suggesting we go to the dollar store and buy Tim some reading glasses, but that's not the thing.
Okay, I just read the text line.
The screen's at a distance, and that's what's getting them.
Also, Tim, do you
I
have
gotta say,
astigmatism or do you have like both eyes?
What's
What's your malfunction?
I have astigmatism.
Sweet.
I
Which
don't-
one?
I
Which
don't-
eye?
I'm not sure. I think it's this one.
What do you mean you're not sure?
Because I've only ever had one eye exam, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I
Close-
just started wearing
Which-
glasses like a
This
year
is
ago.
sweet. Bro. Okay.
Like, and
How
like,
am
so,
I
and
supposed to know what I don't see?
well, hold on a minute, and that's why I'm a dummy, because I should have brought my wife with me, and I didn't.
Yeah, it always helps when you bring your wife.
Yes,
I'm
you're
not
seeing
joking.
eye wife.
Yeah, I'm not joking. That's just wrong, but I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Hey, Tim's like me. We're the creative part of the couple, and the other part is the business and life and everything else. So I mean, there's that. I completely get that.
Yeah, man.
But Cameron, please look up and find out how much it costs to get opera glasses. Because
I definitely want those.
I think I'm willing to do that. I wonder if engineering can make those. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude.
Yeah, they can make
That
anything.
hard.
They can create anything. It's just
Yeah, well,
they really can,
Oh,
dude.
no, the best thing in times of my career is walking in. Depending on, we're a little shorthanded right now in engineering, but there've been times where I walked in and said, "Hey, I'd like to do this. Can we do this?" And they look and go, "I think we can. Let me get back to you." And then they build something.
It's just that glint in their eye of, "Oh, I have an idea."
Yeah, I just experienced this. I went down the hall the other day, and I was
30
talking
bucks, by the
to
way.
CB, and CB was helping me with my guitar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your guitar, which, by the way, you can see Tim restoring a guitar on the Upstate Pulse Facebook page.
Right. And I'm going to do another one too. I have 2 guitars I'm going to restore.
So how many videos do we have up on the guitar restoration?
We have 2. But
What's the status of it?
right now I got it all working. It's at least you can plug it in. It only has 1 string on it, and the neck. So I had to replace the neck on this one because the neck was broken.
Mhm.
It was like glued back together. I don't know. I didn't do it. Somebody just gave it to me like that. But I had to replace the neck on it. Well, the neck is just a little bit too big for it, so the string is actually right up against the neck, so you can't really play it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a sander, and I'm going to try to sand that down a little bit and see if I can get it lined up.
All right. So when you get this guitar operational, you're going to bring it in and play the national anthem, right?
I mean, I guess I could.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can play the national anthem.
Yeah. You want it like Jimi Hendrix style? Or?
With the
Yeah.
headband and
All right.
everything.
Yeah. Headband is not optional if you're going to do it.
All right.
Now,
It's
I will
required.
say you can't catch it on fire though.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Definitely won't do
You
that.
can't do engineering. would
Also-
not be-
But everything's cooler when it's on fire. That's
Also,
what we just
Keith-
got done talking about.
obviously.
Keith
Yeah.
on the Facebook page has stated that we need the flaming opera glasses.
Yeah, we could do that. That could be taken a couple
Yeah.
different ways, but yeah, we can
Um,
definitely do that.
But yeah, there's just a few more things that I have to do with this one, and it should be operational at least because I want to test out the pickups that are already on it. But I do want to get new pickups for it eventually. So we'll see. It's coming together.
So you can watch Tim on the Upstate Pulse Facebook page as he puts up videos as he's doing this. You know what? One thing here on the Upstate Pulse is we have no trust of each other at all. I think if we were asked to do a trust exercise, each one of us would go, "I ain't doing that." And I think
But Dad,
if you ask that of everyone in radio, they'd be like, "No, I ain't doing that." You know why? Because everything leads to a bit. Everything's about a bit. Everything could be a bit. And your first thought is, "No, I'm being set up. I'm not doing that."
wait, is this a work?
Yeah, exactly. Is it a work or is it a shoot? All right. And the reason why I'm talking about this, okay. A team building exercise in Switzerland left one company short-staffed after 25 employees were injured when they walked across hot coals.
Yeah, that's all.
So you ever
bad.
seen that, walking across
Yeah.
hot coals as a team building exercise? The incident occurred earlier this week near Zurich, where the unidentified company's officials asked their employees to walk across a long stretch of glowing pieces of coal to help build their confidence as a team. Local medical authorities say of the 25 people who were injured, 13 were admitted to a local hospital with several injuries, according to reports. It's unclear if there was a problem with the coals or a problem with how the employees walked across them.
Did they all get
authorities say.
Kenobi'd?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is fall
I
on the
hope
coals
so.
and just-
No, I don't.
No.
Dude, you're that's
No, the whole
evil
point of
twisted.
this is how ridiculously stupid this is.
All right, so
Yeah,
my
I was just kidding. I was
understanding
kidding.
and it is not vast when it comes to this, but I think it's one of those things where you put your feet in water or something before you walk across, and the water.
Why
I
is
thought
a
it was-
team
I thought
building
it was
exercise?
like-
What are you doing? A chain or something?
I
and
thought it was
slowly
like
walking
building
across it?
calluses on your feet.
There's a way, just like you could. There's a way if you put cold water on your hand, you could actually put it in hot water and not burn. I'm not saying you should do that.
I wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah,
According to Jax, I need therapy.
Yeah, exactly. So
Join the
anyway,
club.
so Tim works here, but Cameron works somewhere else. If someone and this goes to the listeners also, if your place of business said, "Hey, we're going on a retreat, we're going to team building," and you got there and they said, "We want you guys to walk across coals to prove team building,"
To prove your strength.
what would you do, Tim? What would you do it?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It
There's-
depends.
there's-
It depends on
hey,
what's
Tim,
in it for me.
Hey Tim, there's no wrong answer here. So I mean,
Yes,
What-
sir.
what-
I would cross the hot coals for you, sir.
yeah. Technically,
It would depend on what's in it for me.
I am Tim's boss, so he's trying to go.
no,
What's
no,
the
no,
right
no.
answer here?
No, I mean, I don't think I would do it just to do it. I mean, it would have to be something in it for me.
Cameron, would you do it?
No.
I got it.
I would look at. I feel like I have the kind of relationship with my supervisor just to look at him straight in the eyes and just go,
Like
no.
for me, we better get a
This is-
million views on it.
All right, here's what I would say. I'll do it if he goes first. And you can I'm not pointing at anyone in this room, but there's some people who come to mind. If they go first, then I'll do it.
Well, sir, you should lead.
there-
You
yeah,
should-
there's a
you should
few.
Be a
There's a
leader. You
few.
go first, and I will follow you.
Well,
I will certainly follow you and not stand back here and laugh as your feet are burning.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of leadership. The leader goes first. That's how that works. By the way,
Or we all just push him into the coals. But, you know,
LexCorp would skip across those coals and they wouldn't touch him because he's that cool.
he would
Yeah.
he would walk slowly with his arms like outstretched.
He
As
actually
nothing affects
he actually
him.
would, and at the end he would dance with clowns. 'cause
Yes, and
that's what he
then
does.
the sunflowers would die.
The sunflowers would die. If you get that reference, you're our kind of people. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are talking Obi Wan. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Continue live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages and the Upstate Pulse YouTube, Twitch page, and
Instagram.
The buildup is getting longer. Also, this is a very flaming show.
wow, that's something that I can see in my head right now, Keith. Walking across coals with a cockroach loaded flaming t-shirt gun pointed at you while wearing opera glasses.
Forgot the guitar.
That's strapped to your back.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the guy in front of Tim. Tim's just busy strumming along,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
doing Happy
Chugging.
Trails by Van Halen. Because that's the last thing you're going to see and hear.
Which one?
Happy Trails.
Oh, Happy Trails.
Happy Trails to you.
What is going on here?
I
What's
hope
Oh,
we
that's
meet
atmospheric. There's
again.
nothing you can do about it. It has to do with the heat.
that?
When a signal is, we can address that a little bit. But when the signal is not real strong somewhere, the heat can actually affect the signal. I've had it explained to me in real technical terms with words that I don't remember, but really it comes down to really hot days can cause a signal to not be real good.
Yeah, because it messes with the waves.
Yeah. I live in Gray Court, and if I'm sitting in a certain spot, I can't pick up word, and I should be able to until I get moving. And it's usually on hot days, and we've had some extremely hot days the last week or so.
Yeah, because the heat causes different stuff in the atmosphere, as well as like if atmospheric
Weather
pressures-
balloons and the sun and reflection and
Off a pocket. off of
yeah,
Venus.
asteroids.
say
or
about
something.
Venus?
There's a gas pocket.
Yeah,
pocket,
that's what
gotcha.
it was. All right, Tim, before we leave today, I want you to send an email to LexCorp asking if we can get a flaming t-shirt gun.
I hate my
say that
smoke
too.
laugh so
I'm
much
asking
right now.
on behalf of the Upstate Pulse.
And if he says no, then say, I bet you let the Rise guys get one.
Yeah. I know where to get one made.
See,
It's
I
at
already know that.
Spartanburg,
No, what you say?
library.
It's just like the Rise guys already have a flaming t-shirt gun. Why don't we get a flaming t-shirt gun?
Okay, so we definitely need to address that on the air because he doesn't have social media.
Who?
The guy who was talking about the signal. You're looking at me, and I'm pointing at the text line.
Oh,
Oh, I got that song stuck in
talking
my head.
about.
Yeah, and the whole tickle it, flick it thing. I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I get it, but I don't want to be a part of it.
You don't?
Ooh, you're gonna have to explain it.
It'll have a totally different meaning after Thor: Love and Thunder comes
Yes.
out. I
Made
knew
a
where
reference to
I
that
knew
when-
where you were going, Cameron. I heard it.
You talking about this one?
I don't the atmospheric one is the main one I'm talking about. Right
Yeah.
now, we're talking about something totally different.
All right.
We're talking about flicking and tickling.
Yes.
Take that how you will.
I should have one of those guys on to talk wrestling.
Which guys?
9 or Fat Boy.
You all right, Tim?
They're usually busy on a Saturday night.
What does
You
become
forget
of
to
you,
hit
Timothy?
stop or something, or
Worse.
you stopped it.
I forgot to start second hour.
It's all right. You know how to do it. If you're in a hurry and you need to leave, I can do it.
What? Yeah.
So if you need
You
to, if I have to, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to, but I can.
I do. I gotta get
It
home.
only takes a couple.
If you can do that, it'd be great.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. I know you guys can't hear the rejoins. You might be able to hear the echoes of it, or the, if we're not talking. But coming back with a little Viggo Mortensen as the devil from Prophecy.
Still so creepy.
Like all good things that withered on the vine. Oh, it's so creepy. It's so creepy.
Such a great delivery, but still so creepy.
If you've never seen the Prophecy, you should watch it. It's just, but not with kids.
No, not with kids.
Not with kids. You should watch it. All right.
I love those movies.
There's been like 5 of them. We
Mhm.
have a texter on the line talking about some dropouts when it comes to the signal for 106.3 WORD. And yeah, we don't have the switchboard is not really covered right now because downstairs is not open. Here's what I will tell you. They will tell you though, that this has to do with atmosphere. If the signal is like on the edge of where the signal is, really hot days will cause dropout. It will. And, they'll have more technical terms for it, but really it comes down to it's hot outside. Sorry. That's really what it comes down to. All right. We need to, as time just dwindles away, because we're just having a blast tonight, talk Obi Wan. So if you haven't watched it, we're going to spoil because it comes out on Wednesdays. If you listen to
too
the
epic
show,
not to spoil.
if you listen to the show, it comes out on Wednesdays. Chances are you probably already watched it. If not, you should have. If you had like 3 days or something like that to watch. I don't know. I can't count. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's 4 days if you count today. I mean, because we're on at the end of the day. So the latest episode, the penultimate episode of Obi Wan, which means next last of the season. I don't know if there'll be another season. It was pretty good. Now, some people didn't like the last episode, but as we talked about, it was kind of that episode that gets you to the next one.
Yeah.
And you're going to have those. It's more of a setup episode than it's actually an action one. Well, in this one, you had plenty of action.
You'll appreciate it when this season's over.
You will. We got to see Darth Vader do something that we've only seen done in video games.
He went full force unleashed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. When he a ship is escaping, he grabs the ship midair with the force and it starts to rip it apart with the force.
Like a tin can,
Yeah.
like aluminum foil. Like,
Also,
it was insane.
the other thing I'd like to point out was it was all angrily done. It wasn't like gentle or anything like that. It was just boom and just like him constant motion ripping it apart.
Well, I think he was upset. I know it's the end of the episode. We're starting at the end
Well,
of the
yeah,
episode,
of
but it's the
course he's
coolest thing.
upset.
He's upset that they got that far. You know, they should never have gotten as
See,
far as
I
they
don't,
did.
I don't think it's even about the people. I think he's just
He
so
didn't care.
angry
Yeah, he doesn't care
about
the people.
Obi-Wan being in his presence that he just, that's the only thing. He has tunnel vision. Like he wants to kill Obi-Wan.
Yep.
And, like, you know, and I think that's why he was so angrily, you know, ripping that ship apart.
All right.
Howard Johnson's right.
Yeah, this episode was done really, really well. It was.
Also, one thing I definitely want to talk about is the flashback to Hayden Christensen and or to Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the episode starts off with it.
And by the way, that's in the same spot as the start of episode 1, where the younglings and the Jedi Master are training during the Order 66 initiation.
So the thing is now, if you want to be hypercritical, you can look at the de-aging and say that it wasn't as good as it could be. But
Yeah, like,
but
no.
at the same time,
I don't think they tried to de-age
No.
Hayden.
yeah, they
No,
did.
yeah,
They
it
did.
didn't. It didn't look like it to me, and it like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it didn't bother me at all because I just wanted Hayden Christensen to be there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, so I mean, I don't care if he looks like, you know, Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
And the
Like,
other thing- and the
like
other
I
thing
just
is-
wanted him to be there because I think he deserves it.
What was really cool about that entire sequence, aside from the actual dialogue of going back and forth, was the fact that the choreography for the lightsaber fights was the exact same fast-paced stuff as the prequels.
Yes, and I noticed that even with the fight with Third Sister and Darth Vader, which was epic.
Well, and you also need to look at to that end, the fact that these guys are a lot older and they trained and it wasn't stunt doubles doing the fight, just like when they did it during the prequels.
Yeah,
When you get older, things hurt a lot more and
yeah,
things
but
like that.
they probably
But
had
they
a lot
were-
of muscle memory as well.
I was gonna say they were very. It was very fluid and a great job.
But once again, though, like Anakin never did any like force lightsaber fighting like he did in you know, like Darth Vader just did, because like, dude, that was epic. That was like my
Well,
favorite part of
yeah,
the
because-
I
entire
get what
thing.
that was.
Yeah.
That was nothing but disrespect.
Oh, I know.
I don't have to pull out my lightsaber. for
I
this.
know. And
You're
he
so
takes
beneath me.
hers.
Yeah.
And he takes hers and
Breaks it apart.
breaks it
gives
apart,
back to
gives
her.
it back to her, and then somehow takes both of them from her. And like, just, yeah, it was just complete disrespect.
The thing is, the Inquisitors themselves were trained in a way to where Palpatine or Vader could just easily kill them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the whole point.
And that was
to have that failsafe.
is that explained in Clone Wars?
It's explained in the comics.
Okay, in the comics,
Um,
in the EU. Okay.
Also, I really liked how they did Reva's whole justification for all of this was like, because it didn't make any sense because we knew that she was that youngling at the beginning. It's like,
Well, let me
why in the world would-
let me ask you guys something. I hate to interrupt, but I need to ask you guys. Was it a light side thing to do for Obi-Wan to use that?
Wait, what?
To use her vengeance, as a way for him and all the people to escape?
No.
Because and I'm just thinking about this right now. It's manipulation to a point. I mean, he was able either through judge of character or through the Force to ascertain that that's what this whole thing was about vengeance for her against Vader. Is it a light side thing to do to use that?
no, but it was a smart thing to do. It
Yeah, I
was the
mean, at
only
this
thing
point,
he could do.
At this point, I don't think he's worried too much about what the other Jedi are going to think of him. I
Yeah,
think
well.
he's in survival mode, like, because, like, you know, there's not many of them left at this point, and yeah, he's just in survival mode, and like, and now I know that the argument is that, like, you know, once you go dark side, you stay dark side, but we know that that's, you know, BS because Luke and Vader. So I mean, yeah, I think that they do sometimes ride the edge of the dark side. I don't want to say gray.
I was going to say
because-
that would almost make him gray.
I don't want to say gray because a lot of people disagree with gray, and I don't. I think that Qui-Gon was gray.
Gray is basically like in D&D, it's neutral.
Yeah, I think,
I
and
mean,
I think that
There's also an interpretation of Qui-Gon that he was actually following the will of the Force as opposed to the Jedi Council, who were mostly just political figureheads. At this point.
right. Yeah, if like and there's a bunch of videos on that where you can go back and like kind of learn how the Jedi fit in to the politics in the Star Wars galaxy.
Because I mean,
Or
if you,
the Star Wars, like
as far as that goes, that was
world.
Palpatine's whole plan. As soon as he made them part of the political system and made them generals, they were dead.
yeah, because in
all
I
it
guess
took-
because politics is easy to corrupt people. Like
Sure.
he didn't even have to use the Force to do it. Like, you know?
Although he did a lot.
Right.
But anyway, that's a whole different conversation.
All right, so one more question. And I believe I asked this last week, but I'm interested in your opinion and the opinion of the listeners. Text line 71307 or Upstate Pulse on Facebook or 1063 WRD or on YouTube or on Twitch. Does this showing the power that we've seen from Darth Vader from the worst Star Wars movie of all time, Rogue One, to what we've seen here, does it belittle the originals? Because he basically, I mean, yeah, he force chokes people, but that's about it. That's the
No.
extent of
No, it
of
doesn't. It
his
expands.
of is it a matter of him just being old at that point?
No.
Do Jedi or Sith parts get old after 18 years?
Now I feel like that's a personal
Well-
question.
Well, I
You
mean,
gotta-
because how old is his parts unless he's getting upgrades? All right, so how old is Luke in episode 4? He's like 17 or 18, right?
Well, you got to keep in mind
What,
too
you're
that
assuming the cyborg parts are the same things that he's kept around since the initial
Could be.
transformation?
you got to
I
keep
believe
him.
he gets the I mean, in the comics, he loses his arms, his legs a lot,
Does he?
so he has to get
Okay.
replacements.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's true. But also, like, you know, he's not quite as powerful as he should be because he lost a lot of it. Because, and I remember reading something about this. You're with the Force, with the midichlorians, and I know that's a controversial topic, but he doesn't have a lot of tissue left. Like it's just his torso, and that's pretty much it. in his
Well,
head.
he had
something to supplement what Tim is saying. In the comics themselves, there's a lot of Darth Vader meditating. When Darth Vader is meditating, his actual form is this silhouette with a whole bunch of red energy all around. And there are white spots where his arms and legs are. The absences of that, the absences of his form.
Right.
And that diminishes his power because he's not complete, because he's not whole.
And here's another
And then
thing.
there's also the nice imagery of the light side butterfly going around. So it's like there's a little part of him that's good, but then there's also him just ripping people to pieces.
Well, then there's also another thing that I wanted to say is that like he had an opportunity to have a better suit, but he didn't take it. And I personally think it's because he wanted to be in pain, because the more you're in pain when you're dark side is the more powerful you are.
Also, the
And
suit,
if
the
you
suits-
notice another thing, Anakin always was with his lightsaber and everything else, whereas Darth Vader is always using the Force because he can't move as well as he used to. So,
so you're saying he's old?
well, no, I don't. It's because he's lost most of his, most of his body.
Well, in the end, this is a movie, and he was made out to be like the baddest thing in the universe and the galaxy. And at the time, you could see he was kind of this Darth Vader that we're seeing now. This is the guy that they told us.
something I'd like to
Yeah.
mention, something I'd like to mention about the original trilogy is that you never see him lose. The only time he loses is at the very end of the movie series, and that's because he's conflicted.
Right. He almost chose to lose.
Well, he did to save his son. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live on all those places that I normally tell you about.
It's a very Father's Day thing to talk about. Darth Vader.
is.
Have you guys ever watched How It Should Have Ended?
All right, come back with flaccid stories. Also, kill the promo.
Kill the noise. Yeah, and the How It Should Have Ended thing. Whenever like,
Oh, this is a YouTube channel.
yeah,
I probably have. I can't.
because the whole running gag for the
All right.
Star Wars movies.
Hold on, Cameron.
Okay.
All right, so we have how many breaks after this one? 2.
Yes. No. Yes.
All right, go back up. That this is like 1 after this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
This one and then this
Right,
one.
so-
and then again.
that would be 1 after this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do flaccid stories. Have nerd roundtable ready also, and we'll do that afterwards within the same.
Segment.
Yeah. Flaccid stories is gonna be really quick
Okay.
because I'm gonna disobey a rule for just a moment.
All right. So if you want me to fade out quickly.
No, it's the. Do you even remember the intro? We've only done it like once since you've been here, so
I can't remember.
the intro's
I'll just listen.
funny. At least I think so. And no, you can't hear it because if you do, we'll get flagged on YouTube.
It's out of the thing. We still got like a minute.
I think my voice might make it.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. Stupid.
It's all right, Tim. It's good. Not everyone can do it, Jax. There are some guys that are really and girls that are really good at it. Then other ones have some flaws. Tim has only been in radio for a year, and he's doing a really, really good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bold of you to do that.
It was bold of me to do that, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because something hasn't been done the entire show.
Yep.
So you're saying that my compliment was nefarious, that I'm trying to be able to use something.
Everything's nefarious. Everybody's up to no good, especially you.
It's all the work.
It's all the work.
All right, I'm going to break a rule really quick, but you guys know what rule I'm breaking. Sriracha sauce is in short supply these days, and climate change could be the reason why. Hoi Fong,
that rule.
Hoi Fong Foods, the company behind the popular hot sauce, said in April that it had to stop producing sauce due to severe weather conditions affecting the quality of chili peppers. The disruption could last several months. Sriracha is made with special red jalapeno peppers that only grow in the southern U.S. and northern Mexico for about 4 months out of the year. Severe drought in Mexico is harming the crop. So the thing that they say causes global warming is flatulence. And without sriracha, we're not getting flatulence. So how is this? I think it's kind of helping their cause, isn't it?
It'll be a srirachaless time.
There will be a srirachaless time, which means
it's the sriracha cycle.
which means less flatulence, which means
More jalapenos.
which means we'll take the whatever the global warming thing down a little bit. It's automatically going to get colder. All right, time for the Nerd Roundtable.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality. Don't ruin the fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to elaborate.
Because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars with planets and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
Yeah, that one.
You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
All right, Keith says load the beans in the flaming t-shirt gun.
See, now I'm
Srirachas are-
worried that Keith is just going to get a flaming T-shirt gun before we do.
Dude, he already said he's going to make one. I believe that he can make one.
I believe in you, Keith.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah. See, you think I'm joking. I am not joking. I believe he can do that.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
All right, several things in. Yeah, but I know this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up with this guy. He's pretty inventive. All right. Did you guys really like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie?
I wouldn't say that
it was popular at the time to say that you liked it. And I'm
Look,
not
it
saying
was-
you guys are the going with the crowd kind of guys. I'm just saying, when it came out, oh yeah, that was good. It was the best Joker film of all time.
I wouldn't say it's the best of all time, but
Considering there's a song about me called Misfit. I don't think that's the case.
I think that it was okay. It was very interesting, but I didn't find it to be the best of all time.
All right. Someone on YouTube who goes by the moniker The Information Collector says a flaming T-shirt gun is not that hard to do. Shall we discuss it more?
I don't know what's more disconcerting, the name or the intention.
Yeah,
Both.
Flaming T-shirt gun.
Yeah,
Flaming
like
T-shirt.
if somebody
cannon.
makes that, you
Yeah.
have to like let us know.
yeah.
And send us like a
All
message.
right. So the reason why I'm asking about Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I will say like the last 10 minutes were pretty good. They were. The last 10 minutes was pretty good. But I thought it was very predictable.
Well, I think it
What was
depends
going to
on.
happen, all that kind of stuff.
I think it just depends, like, because I like movies like that, like psych thrillers and stuff like that. So I mean, if you like movies like that, then yeah, it's good. But I wouldn't say it's the best. Joker
All
movie
right.
of all time.
Information Collector says Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker, was about a dude literally off his meds. The Joker has
Yeah.
always been funnier. Yeah, he has been funnier. Trey says it was an upgrade over Suicide Squad Joker. I don't know.
I really liked that
I
Joker. I thought it was pretty cool.
I especially liked
The mobster type Joker. Was
I
pretty cool.
liked Leto's Joker in the extended version of the Justice League. At the end of it, he had longer hair and he's just hanging with Batman, and it was so great. It reminded me of a comic book series, and I forget the name of it. I used to have, but I let Rob Brown borrow it, and he's never given it back. So if he's listening, dude, eventually. It's only been a year anyway, but friends, that's what you do, where Joker's head is in a like a bottle, a case, and Batman's just carrying him around, and Joker wants to be the next Robin. It's great. It is great. And I always picture that being the Mark Hamill Joker. So the reason why I'm asking is the rumor out there is the next Joker is going to be made, and it's going to be a musical, and Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn.
This sounds ridiculous enough to make me want to watch it, but
I'm definitely watching.
because the other thing, my issue with the Joker, like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, was the best part was the last little bit of it, was where the action and stuff actually pick up.
Yeah, him on the car. I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah. It just.
That's the thing, though. It's I've only ever seen it once. I liked it, but I never watched it again.
Yeah, same here. So
I wouldn't want to put myself through like the awkward laughing and the sad violin music again. That was just rough.
Again, when it comes out, we're gonna watch it so we can review it if it actually happens. If it's a musical, I mean, I think there have been like psychotic musicals before. There was the one Sweeney Todd, I think, with
the less miserables and all that.
less
Miserables.
It's Les Miserables, but
Leave me alone. I
Miserables?
can feel the text line. I can feel it
Miserables.
just gaining text right now. I can feel it. Look, I know I mispronounced it. I know it.
No, a lot of them pronounce it that way too.
Exactly.
So we're good. Less
I
miserable.
wonder how Landa pronounces it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Them less
Oh, yes,
miserables.
Les Miserables.
Them less miserables.
All right.
Hey, there's
Scientists say going to music festivals can make you a better person. So I'm guessing that Tim has been to a music festival.
I have been to a music festival.
Did you feel like after you went to the music festival that you were a better person?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Did you? Okay. So here's what I say. A new study out of Yale University says attending music festivals can make you a better person. Here's proof that people at Yale are smarter than us, because the guys at Yale go, you know what? I know how we can go to a bunch of music festivals. We're going to do a study That's what we're going to do. And we're going to say they're going to find out if it makes you a better person.
Also, how you get
And
free
then they're like,
tickets.
you think they'll go for it?
Yeah.
No, they'll
And then
never
they
go for it.
actually
And then they
went.
went for it. And then the guys from Yale are traveling to all the they're from Yale, so they probably had to go incognito, because I'm guessing at a music festival, a Yale guy probably would stand out.
More than likely.
It found that nearly 2/3 of people who attended fests radically changed by experience with a greater understanding and willingness to help others, an effect that can last up to 6 months. So after you went to a music festival, did you feel like helping people for the next 6 months?
I can't say that I did, but sure.
Researchers believe music festivals offer a similar sense of community to religious celebrations, pilgrimages, or other ceremonies. So I get it. I get it. You're out there and you think, hey, I'm a part of all this, and everybody is enjoying this. And yeah, I've never been to a music festival. I played in a couple Christian music festivals, and I can say
It's the same idea.
It was cool when we played in the music festivals, because I got to meet all the other bands and stuff, and get to see different kinds of music and stuff. So I didn't experience from the other side. I experienced it from the stage side. So I don't know what it's like from being in the crowd. And
well, I
that's
mean,
not
like
being
it's like
snotty,
there's like
it's just-
there's like a huge amount of people that come together that all love the same thing. I see what they're saying. Like I felt the same way when I went to the Breaking Benjamin concert.
Jack says, sounds like the logic used on Ghostbusters to justify their research. Absolutely. It really does. Also, information collector, who dude, you got to be here every week just so I can say information collector. Says,
I know, right?
Lonzo's right. Filmmaker Roger Corman said if he wanted to go on vacation somewhere, he'd shoot a movie there. 6 months, man, those are some good drugs. Probably. If you're into that sort
Now,
of thing.
question,
Yeah,
would a
I
mosh
mean,
pit
there's a lot of
qualify
that
for
there
this as
too.
well? Would you feel better after coming out of a mosh
From
pit
what
at a
I've
music
heard,
festival?
Well,
people
actually,
who get in the mosh pit, they get out their aggression and everything. They get done, and they feel spent from a certain degree because they got rid of all that negativity.
See, I
in the-
tried to
in
get
the
in a
pit.
mosh pit once, and they wouldn't
well,
let me.
the idea of moshing, like,
They all left.
but you're doing it to have a
Something
good
happened there.
time, and you're not doing it to hurt people. Even though you can get hurt in a mosh pit. But I've seen people get thrown out for like not helping people up and all kinds of stuff. So
We were at one of those festivals that I'm talking about. Me and my guitarist were walking, and I was like, "Hey, let's go act like we're getting in the mosh pit." We did.
and then you got sucked into it.
By the way, I was like 350, 360,
Yeah.
a really large boy, and they looked at me and went, the mosh pit stopped.
My first mosh pit, I was sucked into.
No, I mean, it just stopped. There was no just,
this big guy in
like
the middle.
deer in headlights, and I just veered towards it, and it just stopped, and I just started laughing. Just walked into the back. It was
Yeah.
funny.
I got my first mosh pit. I got sucked into it, and then I loved it.
Was it like a vacuum? Just suddenly you were too close, and
Yeah, it was too
got-
close, and then like it just kind of emerged around me, and I was like, "Oh wow, what is this?"
That's
I
where
don't
you
know.
go, no!
Weirdly enough, I've been in.
Well, at first I thought it was a fight, and then I was just like, "Oh, this isn't a fight, it's a mosh pit." So I just joined in. It was so fun.
There was for some reason a mosh pit at prom for some stupid reason. And then I literally pushed an entire crowd of people onto each other, like off to the side. This massive humanity just fell all over each other. It was hilarious. And I just walked off.
That's not how that's supposed to work, Cameron. It's not.
Look, if they can't handle me in the mosh,
Well, if you
then
knock
they shouldn't
somebody
be
over, you
moshing.
have to help them up.
So did you?
There's too many people.
You went Ricky Smith on them. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Continue live on all of our social media pages.
Ah, there you go.
You're the only one who got that reference, Cam.
Yes. I would like to think I mangoed that.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, that's what it was. It was the equivalent of punching the horse. It just, boom, all of them, like 20 people, just down. And then one of those people was my friends and looked up at me and was just like, "Why'd you do that, man?" I was like, "You pushed into me. I was just retaliating."
All right, now trying to figure out what we're going to fit into the last couple minutes in the lightning round. Rock on.
Well, so we do the rest of the lightning round like this.
Okay, well, I'm into the lightning round. There's no way I can do this without coughing my head off. No, thank you.
That's fine. I get the rest.
Proof. Mistake.
What you're saying is Cockney is very much in the lungs.
Yes, it comes from somewhere.
Very throaty.
Yes.
Tim,
What?
where's your Cockney accent?
Yeah, you don't want to lose spare parts, Jax. That's not a good idea.
I can do one, but I just don't.
All right, so I believe, unlike Zach, Angry Zach, who I know is not listening, could not. We did a video.
I was actually doing one all morning.
Mustang burger.
We did a video where we were doing. This was for the sports show. So if you lost, you had to serve the winner meal of their choice, and you had to use a high pitched English accent. And Angry Zach could not do it. And
a high pitched English accent, like what do you mean, like "Hello, sir."
yeah,
Like
except
that?
loud and very Monty Pythonish. And there's a video out there.
Very butlerish.
Monty Pythonish, yeah, butlerish. You could go with butlerish.
Butlerish.
Very Pennyworthish.
Would you like a spot of tea?
Right, but but no, it's got to be obnoxious. I'm not going to do it now, or I'll.
By the way, the information collector brings up a very good question. What is the minimum requirement for a mosh pit?
Right. What constitutes a pit?
Well,
Realistically, you can do it with a handful of friends, or you can.
No,
do
I
it
think
with, like, a
big
big crowd.
I
Like,
think you
it
gotta
doesn't-
have. I think you gotta have a minimum number. I think what 6?
Yeah,
Six
let's go
sounds
somewhere around
fine.
6, maybe 4. You can get away
4?
with
No,
it.
4's not enough.
yeah.
I said you could get away with 4. I didn't
Four's-
say that
four's
was
a-
great.
4's a tag team match. It's not. It's not a pit.
I know guys that used to just get in a room, play like punk music. It'd be 5 or 6 of them, and just sit there and mosh and destroy the room.
I like how he
You know,
says, "I know guys," like he wasn't in
Oh,
there.
I do. They all work at
There
Carolina
were
Vapor
people
Mill.
that was not me. That were not me.
I know them.
Hey Keith, you don't know what you just did.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I.
That's not going to be a thing, is
yeah,
it?
no, yes, it is.
I'll be busy working.
Oh, dude, that would be so cool. Opera glass coat. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Welcome to Acme Creations, where we make things come to life, including our new flaming T-shirt cannon. If you'll send $29.95 right now to this address, and with
Dude,
your
I
order,
hope
you'll
this
get
goes viral.
absolutely free
I hope this goes
a
viral.
pair of opera glass. Oh man, I probably will write and do this. I don't know. We'll see.
Is it going to be Acme?
Maybe.
Should I dust off the beard?
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, lightning round time, where we squeeze in as many things as we possibly can. My cousin is just messing with me on the stream because he knows some of this. It's so weird. Okay, when I was a kid, I had one of those little tape recorders. Okay,
Oh.
and I made fake commercials all the time.
Dude,
And
I had the Home Alone one.
yeah, I don't know why, but we would just make fake commercials and promos all the time. By the way, I'm an award-winning producer for promos, and that's what
He is.
and that's what and
100%.
I'm not bragging. I absolutely am. I've won many awards, and it started when I was a kid, and I didn't think about that. But me and my cousin, we would sit there and just go back and forth and just make stuff up all the time, including we've got videos and stuff. I wrote a movie once, which we started working on, and it was going pretty good, and then someone lost the tapes and stuff. But I even wrote a Bartles and James blood cooler. Back when Bartles and James was a commercial, and we filmed that. It was hilarious, and it was basically a Jason Voorhees movie, but the Bartles and James blood cooler was do it in memory of Ed, and then you got Jason back there getting the blood out of Ed's finger to put into the coolers, and the whole time we were talking, I had suspenders on, old man glasses, and everything. It was so funny. I wish we could find it. And
I would love to see you in suspenders.
so
Old man suspenders,
as we're talking, I put my hand up, and as I do, Jason, who just happens to be Keith, was just coming up behind and stuck the bottle in my hand. It was so you do this stuff when you're a kid and you don't think for a second that this might be the stuff that you end up doing for a living. And I have just recently finished up my 25th year in radio, 22 here. And never back then when I thought about it, especially all the guys who are friends with me from high school, never would have thought for a second that I'd be talking on the air in front of so many people, not realizing I'm not really. I'm talking to two people.
That's right, Shirani.
Yeah, I'm talking to my son, by the way, and some other dude.
Yeah,
He's the same age as
some
my
other
son.
guy, man.
Some other dude that's the same age as my son.
Some bro.
Yeah, so
Some dude, bro, man.
that would have been back information collector. Listen, it wasn't real. It was pretend. It was back in the 80s. So
I feel like that's more of an interrogation
yeah, it's
than
like
a question.
So where were you on this day? Hey man, statute of limitations.
Whose
and all
hand
that
was
stuff.
that?
Yeah. No, that person is still alive and just happens to be my cousin and Keith's little brother. So I mean, but we filmed all that. And
Surprisingly, only just has one hand though.
no, that is not true. He has both hands and they function well.
That hand has been gone for
It's very
30 years.
artistic. So when I wrote the movie, we had 3 guys that were about the same size. So there's no way you could tell who really was the villain. It was a good job. So, and I've been writing weird stuff ever since. And then now I write the show every week. So, I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but today was excellent. I want to thank everybody for that. We still got time for a couple more things. Microsoft is working to ensure that music is preserved for future generations by putting it on glass. The company has developed a method for storing music on a glass platter that can store up to 100 gigabytes of data. The glass plate will then be stored in the so-called Doomsday Vault in Svalbard, Norway. Svalbard, Norway. And that sounded too much like Transylvanian. Can you give me a little Svalbard, Cameron?
Oh yes, wait.
No, it needs to be. That's Norway.
Oh,
It should
Germanic.
be-
Yeah, I gotcha.
it's
Yeah, so welcome to Svalbard.
yeah. I for some reason I was
That
thinking
was actually
Swedish
really
chef.
good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I took German
In college,
in
yeah,
college
yeah.
and in high school.
He can actually still understand some German. So if you're calling people names around him and you work at a local auto parts place, we'll say, Cameron probably understands you. All right. Omaha cops are overwhelmed by illegal street racers. That's right. Fast and Furious is going on in Omaha. Police officials say they've used surveillance and other investigative techniques to identify 91 people who have been participating in after-hour races on Omaha roads, all of whom will soon be receiving citations. Of the 91 suspects, 18 were caught displaying exhibitions of speed. Well, I hope so. If you're street racing, I hope you're showing an exhibition
Just
of
the
speed.
term exhibition of speed.
I might have exhibited some of those as a child, as a teenager. There's back in Ohio.
Exhibition of speed.
I'm sure there are places around here, but back in Ohio, there's a loop around Columbus called 270, and you just get on that loop, and sometimes guys will just pull up next to you, and they just want to see who can drive faster. I don't know if that still goes on, but
My favorite place to race is at Frankie's on the go-karts. I love it.
yeah, if you have back problems, it's not good because when you hit those corners, that thing jumps.
Oh yeah.
and
Well,
yeah.
you gotta hit the. All right, we'll talk.
I
about
don't know how to drift. I mean, when I hit a corner, I'm hoping to get some impact out of it.
it. Brake and gas and turn the wheel.
All right. Kate Bush's song Running Up That Hill is now #1 in Ireland, which is cool because
Be running up that hill.
yeah, well, she's from Ireland. So
Is she?
the achievement comes 44 years after Bush last reached #1 with her debut single Worthington Heights. That 4-decade gap is the longest in chart history, beating Tom Jones, who had to wait 42 years between Green Green Grass of Home, reaching the top in 1966, and his next #1, the charity single Islands in the Stream. So cool. That song is very instrumental and important to the latest season of Stranger Things. Hey man, thank you everyone for being a part of the show this week. We've had a blast and we look forward to next week. I will tell you that there's a good shot we have a commercial for Flamin' T-shirt guns by next week. Not only do I know a guy who could write the stuff, but I know a bunch of guys who voice things around here who might be able to put said thing together, including an award-winning producer. We'll see. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody, and happy Father's Day. See you guys. All right, let's say goodbye to Facebook, Tim, and YouTube.
Goodbye to Facebook, Tim,
and Twitch and Instagram.
Goodbye to Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram,
and YouTube.
All
right, Cameron, say goodbye to all those things.
Bye, all of the people that we've touched today.
Don't forget to like, share,
Hopefully in
subscribe,
good
follow,
ways.
and all that stuff.
Thanks,
Not in
guys.
bad.
Thank you for participating, and come back next week.
Happy Father's Day.
Love
See
you
you.
guys.
Happy Father's